So, Dr. Phelan, if you are confirmed, your job would be to advise President Trump on economic policy. The Council of Economic Advisors is, quote, charged with offering the president objective economic advice, not political advice, objective economic advice. So let's go through a few objective facts. Americans are spending more on everything from gas to groceries. Prices are rising faster than paychecks. And Trump's one big beautiful bill rips away health care coverage for 15 million people.
A Senate confirmation hearing took a dramatic turn when President Trump's nominee for one of the nation's top economic advisory roles faced a barrage of simple questions about inflation and struggled to give direct answers. The hearing quickly shifted from a routine confirmation process into a tense back and forth over basic economic facts. The senator repeatedly pressed the nominee on inflation, wage growth, and whether American families are actually keeping up with rising prices. Was this a fair test of economic knowledge, or a political trap? Let's walk through the hearing and examine exactly what happened.
So I have some questions, and quite frankly, I hope they are really easy questions for you. President Trump promised to bring prices down on, quote, day one. Is headline inflation higher today than it was in February 2025?
Thank you, Senator. Headline inflation now is certainly lower than it was during the Biden administration.
I'm sorry. Come on, let's not play this game. You heard my question. President Trump was sworn in January 2025 under the promise he would lower costs on day one. The question I'm asking is inflation, headline inflation, today higher than it was in February 2025? It's a fact question.
Thank you, Senator. There's a reason economists tend to focus on core inflation, and that is because food and energy is quite volatile.
Okay, can you
core
give me
inflation is
the
lower
answer?
than when President
Can
Trump
you
took
give
office.
We'll do core. Can you give me the answer on headline inflation? I don't want to know how fast you can dance. I want to know if you can answer simple, factual questions. That's all I'm looking for here.
Thank you, Ranking Member. I do not know exactly what the headline inflation was on January 20th, 2025.
2.8%. So answer the question. Is headline inflation higher today than it was in February 2025?
Headline inflation now, the last one was year over year, 4.2%.
Okay, so is 4.2% higher than 2.8%?
Ranking Member, yes, it is.
Oh, wow, was that so hard? You know, you're going to be the guy called on to give real facts. So let me try another one. Dr. Phelan, is annual inflation higher than wage growth today?
Thank you, Ranking Member. There has been, since President Trump took office, weekly inflation-adjusted earnings are higher now than they were the day President Trump took office.
The question I asked you is inflation higher than wage growth right now? In other words, even if families are getting raises, on average, are they falling behind because of inflation?
Thank you, Ranking Member. I do think it's important to have an appropriate time frame when considering anything like this.
That's your time frame.
An appropriate time frame is when President Trump took office.
The question is, I just want a fact.
Inflation-adjusted wages are lower than they are now.
Today, are families getting ahead or falling behind? You got one word to answer that. What's your word?
My word is at. Real wages are higher now.
One word?
Real wages are higher now
All right, let's
than they
play
were
it this
at
way.
the beginning
You've
of
already
Trump's
told me
administration.
inflation is 4.2%, right? What's the annual wage growth right now? It's just a fact question.
Thank you, Senator. I do not have that in front of me right now.
It's 3.4%. So let's put this one together. Is 4.2 higher than 3.4?
I will repeat what I said, which is real wage growth in this administration is positive.
It is right now, families are falling behind. And I got to say, I can keep this one up, fact after fact, but you have now made clear what your position is. And that is, you can't even do the basic facts. I didn't even get to the hard questions here about what this means. I just want to start with what the facts are. These are facts that come out of the Trump administration. They're there for anybody to see. And you can't bring yourself as the person who sits there and says, I want to be the head of the Council of Economic Advisors. Oh, I'm sorry, to give objective economic advice. And you can't even say, yeah, inflation is running higher than wages.
Please, don't forget to like, comment, and hit the subscribers button for more political and controversial showdowns.